is our show.
Hi, Mom.
Hi there.
Hi. We're here at Sheer Prophecy getting our hair done.
Bruce kind enough to do our hair for us this evening, and got a brand new show for you. Hope you enjoy it.
This is going to be a great show, man. We got, what do we got? Hang gliding. We got Dave returns.
We got Earl the fireman.
Earl the fireman and the brass fire pole. It's going to be a great show.
So stick around.
Check it out. We're going to get back to reading our magazines here, but we'll see you at the end of the show when our hair's dry.
All right. Take it easy.
See ya. Hi there. We're here with our Shotgun Village editorial specialist, Earl P. Cooter. Hi there, Earl. How you doing? Fine, son. I'm fine, and you can just call me Earl P. Well, thank you, Earl, and you can call me Ben. Well, all right, son. Anyways, we want our viewers to get to know you just a little bit better before you go into your first editorial, Earl P. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? What the heck do you want to know? Where are you from? See, I moved to the big city back in, back in 71, I guess. See, I'm from South Dakota for that. The big city? Yep, Butte. I see. See, I'm in the ranching business, son. Montana's the only place to be for that. For that, I was in the, I was a logger back in Washington, and for that, I rode the pro rodeo circuit for 15 years before that bull landed on my chest down in Rapid City. I got 72 feet of steel wire holding my rib cage together. Well, that's very interesting, Earl P. Why don't we get started with your editorial? Well, all right, let's get started. My editorial today is entitled The Fall and Decline of the Democratic Empire. I shall begin by showing a graph that I have created. This graph shows the rise of the Republicans over the last few years and the small hurdle that has been put in the path of our great leaders by the commie-pinko, whiny-mouthed liberals. You will see how the rise of the great team of George Bush and Dan Quayle is so great that they could not possibly have been stopped by the young whippersnappers that so recently have taken the White House. It is my theory that Slick Willie and his little enviro buddy, Al Gore, are merely pawns for the party that has been in control for the last 3 terms. You see, Bush knew that the liberal freaks were raising a stir here out west. So he got Willie to play in the White House for a while. Willie and Al have about as much control as a bull at the Testicle Festival, if you know what I mean. George knew what he was doing. He's still calling the shots. He's just taking the backseat driver spot for a while. You mark my words, this great country of ours is headed in the right direction under the great leadership of Mr. George Bush and Danforth Quayle. Amen. Well, that was very enlightening, Mr. Cooter. Thank you. That's Earl P. Sorry, Earl P. We look forward to hearing more from you on our next show, and thank you for your time. Mention it, son. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to take a look at the sport of hang gliding here in Missoula. We're going to be talking with Peter Swanson. He's the owner of the Sports Exchange here in town, and hope you like it. We're going to interview him, have him talk about sport of hang gliding in Missoula, and see some footage of him hang gliding. All right, let's get to it. Oh, wow!
I think Lee Metzger, guy I fly with, been flying around here a long time, put it best when he told somebody, remember when you were a kid looking up and seeing a bird flying, and you feel exactly how you thought that bird would feel. It's really neat.
Slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. I wanna fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. I want to fly like an eagle till I'm free. I go through the revolution, feed the babies who don't have enough to eat. Shoe the children with no shoes on their feet. House the people living in the street. Oh, there's a solution. I want to fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. I want to fly like an eagle till I'm free. Right through the revolution. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. I want to fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. I want to fly like an eagle till I'm free. Right through the revolution. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. Time keeps on slipping, slipping.
I guess let's start with Leonardo da Vinci. He built a couple of gliders, sent some of his servants, one of his servants to his death. I think his quote was, once you've tasted flight once, you just walk around the rest of your life looking up at the sky, and it's really true. It's really fun. It's really neat. The Wright brothers also were really good glider pilots, and nobody knows that. It's not real common knowledge, but the main reason for their success once they motorized the airplane was that they already knew how to fly. There were people who had the same designs going at the same time, but they'd crash because they didn't know how to fly. The guy named Bill Bennett towed up from behind a motorboat and flew around the Statue of Liberty and landed at the base and was promptly arrested. And he brought modern hang gliding to the United States. And that was the boom in the early 70s. There were lots and lots of hang glider pilots, but there wasn't any knowledge, and a lot of people were killing themselves, and so dropped off because of all the deaths. In 1 year there were, I think there were 50 deaths in '74 or something. Some of the guys I fly with have been flying since the mid and early '70s, and some even longer than that. And those guys were the true pioneers of learning how to fly a hang glider. And at the same time, the designs were being perfected, and they were starting to get longer flights. They were starting to stay up. They set the world duration record in Hawaii. A guy flew through the night, he just stayed up. There are two ways you can stay up or go up in a hang glider. They're always sinking through the air, but one is to fly on the air deflected up the hill, and the other way is, the best way to fly, is in a thermal, which is what you see birds of prey doing when they're circling and they're not using their wings. They're using the rising currents of warm air, which we call thermals. Say you get a hot rock bed, there will almost certainly, and some sun and some heat, be air rising, and it will go right up to clouds. And when it gets to the point where it changes to water vapor and ice crystals, that's when you see a cumulus cloud. With the modern hang gliders, we just about duplicate the performance of a turkey vulture in speed, glide, and lift. And some of the pilot skills also approach a turkey vulture. And we've all spent time in a thermal with an eagle or a hawk or a buzzard out east. Out east, the buzzards they don't perform as well as a hang glider, so you can actually climb past the buzzards, and it's pretty good because they're looking over at you, and then they're seeing that you're out climbing them, and it kind of annoys them, I think. But the hawks can out climb us pretty well. They're pretty natural. Around Missoula, the highest we really go is about 15,000 feet, and that's a really good day. But over west of the divide, over Bozeman, Livingston, Butte, you go up to 20,000 feet. We don't normally go above 18,000 feet because that's our legal limit. I was intrigued with it in the late '70s and met some guys, and pretty much didn't have myself organized enough to do it, but I got it in my head that it'd be pretty neat. At that point, I came to the conclusion that they were nuts, though. It's really challenging at times, and it's really quiet up there. It's pretty quiet. And you're much more in tune with the air around you than any other kind of aircraft, because you can feel everything in your wings. And some guys, if your first cross-country flight, you're on a high for 3 days afterwards. After a while, now sometimes I'm wondering where my ride is going to be and stuff, maybe an hour afterwards. But if I got a good 50, 100-mile flight and been up in the sky and working the lift for 4 or 5 hours, 8 hours at a time, lasts for days. It's the best thing you could ever do. How's that?
You won't believe this. We got a complaint on our last show.
A message, phone message.
It's out of hand. I couldn't
I'll read
believe
it to you. Concerning programming, shocked at programming, inappropriate for time, bad about Santa, white butt, quote unquote.
Basically, I think they didn't like the fact that we were belittling Santa Claus in the little reindeer segment we did.
And lady, if you're out there, you can kiss our
White butts. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Maybe you guys should see that clip, or the part where I say what I said. So check it out. Here it is.
Ascend. He always cuts me off. Every time he cuts me off.
Every time.
Every
He just
time.
doesn't know how to pull right. I know. I got the same problem with Prancer right in front of me, staring up his big white butt all day long. It's all I get, and then, you know.
Can you believe that? Somebody actually complained about that, man.
White butt.
White butt. Kiss it.
So how's your white butt?
my white butt is very fine. Actually, how's your white butt?
My white butt is good.
You'd be surprised what we could get away with on this channel, lady. And I hope you're watching right now, because white butt, white butt,
We like
white
our
butt.
white butts. You know white butt?
White butt, green butt.
So white butt, we'll see you later, white butt. Take it easy,
All
white
right,
butt.
white butt.
Howdy, white,
White butt,
amigos.
cow butt.
Oh.
Oh. See ya.
You should have waited.
And I
to do
wouldn't
that.
want to be ya.
Okay, we're gonna go shopping at the good food store today, and we're gonna fill the pack with some goodies. You see, I prefer all natural foods. Okay, let's go on in, dudes. Come on. All right, let's look at some like wheat germ and stuff. Oh, granola. I should get some of this granola. Good stuff. Come on. Wow. What have we here? It's all organic. That's good. Gluten-free. Don't want any of that. Wouldn't want any of that gluten. Let's see. CO2 processed decaffeinated, that's the good kind. See, they put these chemicals in them and it's bad stuff, man. Huh. Oh, chocolate almond mocha. Oh, but it's not organic. Sorry. Echinacea. It's good for colds. My friend Lisa told me about this stuff. Wow. Good stuff. Tofu, man. Gotta get me some. Sorry. Is this cheese?
Yes.
Oh, it's cheese. Is it made from soy? Is it organic?
I don't know.
I can't get it. Oh, here, I'll just wait. You see, the true sign of good food right here, folks. Right there. Straight up. Wow, look at these peppers, man. That's great. And now, I'd like to show you my favorite part of the good food store, the fruits and vegetables. Take a look, they're all organic. Dig it. Look at this. They got organic, what is this? It's organic. And they got organic apples, and organic squash, and organic lemons. Oh, toothpaste, dude. Look at this. Tom's of Maine, that's where I'm from. Oh, wow. It's gotta be good, man. I'm gonna get some. Wow. Byron told me this stuff was killer. Byron uses this. You should see his teeth. They're pearly white, man. What have we here? Hummus. Let's take a look at what's in it. It looks like we've got garbanzo beans. That's good. Chickpeas, too. That's great. Sesame, tahini, garlic, yeah. Powder salt. Citric acid. Never heard of that kind of acid. I can take the other kind, but this stuff's poison. No way, man. My pack's filled now. Let's go home and cook some good grub. Let's go.
Careful, you can get heating.
Downtown here at the Missoula Fire Department, #1 here, and we're gonna go inside and talk to Earl Hall, and he's gonna give us a tour of all the fire engines and the pole and the whole deal. We get to ride the brass pole. So anyways, sit back and enjoy.
Hey. There's not a minute to spare.
Don't worry.
There's not a minute to spare.
Don't worry.
Gone. Now I dialed one a long time ago. Don't you see how late they reacting? They only come and they come when they wanna. So get them off truck and then bob the corner. They don't care cause they stay paid anyway. They treat you like an ace, they can't beat the trade. I know you stumble with no use people. If your life is on the line, then you're dead today. Latecomers with the latecomers stretcher, that's a body bag in disguise, y'all, I'll bet ya. I call them body snatchers cause they come to fetch you with an autopsy ambulance just to dissect ya. They are the kings cause they swing amputation. Lose your arms, your legs, and them is compilation. I can prove it to you, watch the rotation. It all adds up to a fucking situation. So get up and get down. 911 is joking your town. Get up and get down. Late 911, where's the late crown? Get up and get down. 911 is joking your town. Get up and get down. Late 911, where's the late crown? Every day they don't never come correct. You can act
my opportunity to make a plea to the public that are...
This has got to be the most boring interview I've ever done in my life.
When you remember what the Montana state law says about yielding to emergency vehicles, and yielding to emergency vehicles doesn't mean speed up and turn left to get out of our way. It means slow down, pull to the right if possible, and stop. If you can't pull to the right and stop where you are.
This has got to be the most boring interview I've ever done in my life.
Pull to the right as far as you can and stop. If you're, I know how tempting it is if you're cruising around and rocking out to the stereo and it's too loud to hear emergency vehicles approaching, your stereo's too loud. You have to turn it down.
Great.
And I'm not talking about just fire department vehicles. I'm talking about ambulance vehicles and police department vehicles. The public puts themselves at great risk by failing to yield properly to emergency vehicles. If you have one of these barreling down on you and you turn the wrong way into one of these, you're in for trouble. These things are heavy and they don't stop quickly.
This has got to be the most boring interview I've ever done in my life.
And so you need to pay attention. You need to be watching in your rearview mirror. If you see an emergency vehicle with its lights on, pull to the right and stop. Our emergency is probably more important than your deadline. And it's very important for people to realize that maybe it's not their mother or father or grandmother or aunt or uncle that's having a heart attack. But next time it will be. So please yield to emergency vehicles. Pay attention to the traffic around you. Watch for emergency vehicles approaching with their lights and sirens on. And there's nothing more frustrating for us as drivers of emergency vehicles to not have traffic yield to us when we're responding to an emergency. And there's very few things more scary than having people pull out in front of us and do the wrong thing.
Hi there, it's Ben Fitch for Shotgun Village. We're here at Hunter Bay Coffee Roasters, and we're watching them roast coffee beans today. We're going to talk with one of the owners, Carol Junkard, and we're going to interview her a little bit about how to roast coffee beans and what goes into it. So, stick around. So tell me, Carol, how long have you been roasting coffee beans?
For about 3 hours.
3 hours. Okay, no, I mean, like how long? When did you start?
Oh, okay. Me personally?
Yeah.
In August of '92.
Can you roast beans at home, or do you have to have a big roaster like this to do it?
No, you can roast beans at home either in a like a cast iron fry pan, or there are home roasters, little countertop versions that look something like popcorn coffee.
Do you drink coffee yourself?
Oh, I never touch the stuff. I've been influenced by one of our employees. I like the acidic taste that grabs you with Kenyan and other African coffees.
Now,
That smells really good. What kind of beans are these that you're roasting right now?
Sumatra decaf.
Sumatra decaf. Right here, folks.
that is really fascinating, Carol. Carol, thanks for your time, and that's Ben Fitch from Shotgun Village here at Hunter Bay Coffee Roasters. Enjoy.
Never guess. Oh, I never. Harriet left George. No. Yeah. Oh my God, I was talking to Harriet just the other day, and she. Well, so how was it?
I think our hair's done now.
Is it? All right. We can take these things off our heads, and wow, I feel like a new man.
This works for me.
Yeah, it's sort of long and yet short.
Feels nice and new.
And dry. So that was our show.
Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back next
Stop saying I hope you enjoyed it. He says I hope you enjoy it every single time.
So catch us next month.
We didn't get any mail last time.
That's right. No mail.
We got absolutely zilch for mail.
We got the phone call with no mail, so you folks out there should write us.
Here's our address once more, right here. I'm not going to say it because I don't know what it is, but here it is.
So write us some letters, and we'll probably read it on the air.
Yeah, we will definitely read it on the air if you send us a letter, because we haven't gotten any. So,
have a nice day.
May you always stay tan and get a nice hairdo. Later. Ow, wow! That was good.
What are we supposed to be doing here?
Thank you, Stairmaster.
Cold? This might...
Thanks.